and I'm with the team behind Mortal Kombat. What brings you to Comic-Con 2024?
Well, so my name is Kaiji. I voice Sub-Zero, and I am here because I'm about to voice Noob Saibot.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Erika Ishii, and I'm voicing Sector.
My name is Boon. I'm the creative director in the Mortal Kombat development team.
I'm Marty Stultz. I'm the cinematic development director.
And I'm Josh Slanglin, principal cinematic artist at NetherRealm.
What does it mean for you to be here at Comic-Con representing and being part of Mortal Kombat? Go around.
Oh, I mean, it's so special. I mean, like, Erica and I probably do a couple of conventions, a bunch, and, you know, so we're used to coming and talking to these people, but to be a part of something like Mortal Kombat, right, in a giant San Diego Comic-Con room, yeah, I mean, that's a singular memory I think we're both going to hold for a very, very long time, right? The energy and the passion of the crowd, people who so legitimately love this franchise just up and center and making all that noise, it's something that doesn't leave you very soon, you know?
I have been coming to Comic-Con for over a decade now, and when I first started out, it was as a fan, and I'd cosplay, and I'd wait in the lines, and I'd, do crazy things for swag, and then, I moved on to moderating panels and going sort of somewhat professionally, but now to be here and to be part of Mortal Kombat, which I grew up playing, and I'm very bad at, but still enjoy and always play, is an incredible honor.
Yeah, for our team, this is actually the second Comic-Con panel we've had. Had another one last year where we introduced Mortal Kombat 1. This one we are introducing the second year of content. Bunch of new characters, bunch of new features, big new story mode. Marty directed. Animalities is the first time we bring that back in 20-something years. Josh directed those. So it's a big moment for us in terms of just finally telling everybody what we've been working on.
When you do games, you don't really get an audience like you do in a movie, So when you're now, it's an opportunity to hear someone watch your stuff as a live audience. You can really feel the energy, hear the cheer, and it's a great rush.
Yeah, also my very first time at Comic-Con, and I know.
You did great.
So blessed, though, to be able to share what the team back in NetherRealm has been working on so hard the last year or two.
Yeah,
What is it?
and trying to keep it a
Feels like
secret
forever.
for like a year.
Again, the crowd's reaction was awesome. I still got goosebumps. So.
Oh, nice. Now, you're both characters in Mortal Kombat, but if you could pick your favorite fatality, would it be your own or another character's fatality?
From MK1?
Anything. I'll open the playing field on that, so you have more options. And you all can think while they're thinking.
I will say, I love that they were able to get the Omni-Man train scene into this game. That's incredible. Like, as a big fan of that show myself, when I first saw it, I was like, oh yeah, they're cooking with this one for sure, 100%.
So I haven't gotten to see any of my fatalities yet as Sector, but I main Katana, but anytime we get to see Melina's mask come off is my favorite, just because it's so hot, I mean, she's a beautiful woman, but boy, is her mouth gross. I love that.
There's
that's
not
mine.
races in NetherRealm.
Yeah,
That's right,
yeah.
Dental plans are very limited.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's right, yeah, that's right.
It's beautiful.
And then for the back row, if you were a character, what would be your fatality? Which would be your favorite?
Well, of the ones that we've done, I always go to Sub-Zero's Spine Rib one. That was the one that got us probably the most attention, most infamy, that's the one that everybody kind of points out as when they first saw it, they couldn't believe a video game could do that. So to me, that's why it kind of sticks with
Corruption of the innocent. Laws made, yeah.
I love when Shang Tsung shoots a skull fireball, or Quan Chi shoots one of those shattering skulls, and ripping someone's face off or something. But I don't get to do the fatalities, So
But if you got to pick one,
well, one of those two would be
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, Quan Chi always has some really gruesome ones for sure. Recent memory, and just because we have Noob here, the Wishbone fatality. Was it
nine?
Nine maybe? Yeah. That one the fans always love, and that was pretty cool to work on. But it's like picking your favorite kid.
Yeah.
Your favorite child fatality? Fatality
I
child.
have to say, like, the heart rip is also an iconic. Like, I grew up. It's a fun thing to like mime where you go. "Ah!"
Well, it was fun. It was fun. We recreated that one in this game
Yeah.
and put a little bit extra flair on it. But yeah, it was fun to just bring that one back.
Sub spine rip is always fun.
Yeah.
You know, you take the spine out and you beat him with the spine. We've done that before.
But it's interesting. It's a game where you really get to do some gnarly things, but, you know, in a safe space. And it's kind of fun, it seems. And then we'll pivot that way. For the actors, how much fun was it moving around, or did you move much in the booth when you're getting the sounds going?
I mean, I think anytime anyone performs in a fighting game, there is a lot of movement involved, right? As long as you maintain proper mic technique, right? You know, it's much easier to get the sound of movement if you actually move your body that way, right? You could stand still and try to be like, huh, huh, you know, and that's fine. But if you just shift your body a little bit as if the movement was happening, a different sound is produced from the body. So there's some technique to it, but it's always a grand time. I will say most actors save that for like for probably the very last session, right? Because it generally tends to blow you out by the end. Yeah.
I have the opposite experience
yeah?
because I you know have weird layers or something up there, or I move around a lot and they're like, don't move so much, but your weakness is the pop filter, right?
It's the pop. Well, yeah, because I'm kind of loud, right? So it's like I find myself constantly in fighting games blowing out the mic a lot. So they always ask me, it's like, okay, we don't want to ask you to do this. Could you just face this way just a little bit, right? Or could you put your thing right here so we don't
So you
just
don't pop your keys and plosives.
Yeah.
But for me, there's other shorthand things if you can't actually move around to sort of like squeezing your diaphragm correctly. But I do martial arts, and so I remember what the feeling of all of those noises sound like. So that's been very, very helpful.
And watching your creations come to life, what is that like? Of you have it in your head, get to see the voices, and
You know, the process of doing it is so many steps, so many different disciplines, from art, animation, effects, audio. It's such a long string where everybody's kind of like handing it off to the next person. So by the time it went from a storyboard of some sort to the finished product, you know, it weeks and weeks could have gone by. And, you know, these guys get all the components and put it together. I think they have probably some of the most fun in the game where they get all the components, and they're the ones that kind of show the final version, which is like the big satisfying moment there.
When we're in a studio, we don't get to really hear the voices, but we can get the stunt guys or the martial arts experts that are doing it to whip them into a frenzy to be able to do these killings is kind of fun.
what is that process like for you, real quick? Getting all those pieces and bringing them together, and then getting to see that final product.
As a studio, I mean, again, this is such an awesome and long like IP, and we've been working together as a team for so long that it's so cool to collaborate and spitball ideas, whether when starting in the ideation room with the small little kernel of an idea, like let's rip someone's head off and let's build from there, and then we end up with, you know, effects guys touching it and facial animation and lighting and UI and sound that it's so cool. Like Ed said, it's weeks and weeks and hundreds of hands touching this product, and we really come up with something really cool and such a neat process.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, and cheers to bringing more Mortal Kombat to the fans and continuing on the original legacy and being part of that legacy.